Compound X is gas at room temperature. X dissolves in water to give it solution with pH 4. So which statement is correct? So the point here is when you are dissolving X, then the pH is altering. That means it is having their P hydrogen ions. So the most correct option is C. Then atoms of hydrogen are present in X. So the remaining option, if you want to check it out, aqueous solution of X will not conduct electricity. Obviously, it's not correct. Atoms of a metallic element are present. No, it's not essential. X is ionically bonded. It doesn't, impact here. So the second question here is which statement about hydrochloric acid is correct? First one is hydrochloric acid is reacting with magnesium carbonate and giving you different products, three different. Yes, it is true because it produces water, carbon dioxide, and magnesium chloride. So the A option is correct. Then the remaining option is hydrochloric acid react with magnesium to form magnesium chloride and water. Magnesium chloride and water, no. When hydrochloric acid is added to a colorless solution, it turns blue. No, it's not. When hydrochloric acid is warmed with ammonium chloride, ammonia is formed, where the chlorine is gone. Okay, so only the A option is the correct one. Then 23, the addition of calcium hydroxide to soil reduce its acidity, but also reduce the efficiency of fertilizers. And you have to select the two equations which are doing this, which are responsible for that. So we have calcium hydroxide reacting with carbon dioxide, forming calcium carbonate and water. Okay, then we have calcium hydroxide and hydrogen ions from the aqueous solution. Calcium ion is forming and water is forming, and then calcium hydroxide, ammonium nitrate reacting, calcium nitrate is forming ammonia and water. Then the last one is reacting with copper and doing it. So the correct option is 2 and 3. If you closely check it out, calcium hydroxide, we have an acidic soil. So they are releasing more calcium ion and water is forming. And then the calcium hydroxide reacting with ammonium nitrate. We know we are using these for as fertilizers, and they are trapping the nitrate ions here, and ammonia is forming. So the C option is correct. Second and third equations are correct. Next is which anions are contained in salts that are always soluble in water. Water soluble are the nitrates. We all know it. So for 24, C option is correct. The next one is the element phosphorus is immediately below nitrogen in the periodic table, and it forms the empirical formula with P2O5. It's phosphorus pentoxide, and from the position of phosphorus in the periodic table, the element is expected to be 1 and the bonds in its oxide to be okay. So आपने फर्स्ट और सेकंड के अंदर जो चीज ढूंढनी है, एलिमेंट जो एक्सपेक्ट कर रही है एंड सॉफ्ट मेटल और नॉन मेटल, और इसमें जो बॉन्ड बन रहा है वो किस टाइप का है. For 25 we have the C category is correct because it's not metal, so it's non metal and forming a covalent bond. So for 25, we have C option is correct. Non-metal forming a covalent bond. Which statement is correct here? Group 1 element is less reactive in group 2 element in the same period because they only need to lose one electron to have completed its shell. Then group 1 element is stored under oil to avoid any reaction with oxygen. With water, yes, they are so reactive. We know they are alkali metals, so group 1 is very reactive, or usually we say with preserve it, can say under oil ताकि हम किसी भी reactivity को secure कर सकें. So B option is the correct one. Then group 1 more reactive and the group descended. Then no. So only the B option is correct. You can go for it. 27. The table shows more some properties of transition element and the reason why they have these properties. Iron has two common oxidation states because iron atoms can lose one or two electrons to form compounds. Nickel can be used as catalyst because nickel जो है activation energy को raise करता है. No. Then है the reaction of aqueous sodium hydroxide with the salt of transition element can be used to identify the element because जो transition metals hydroxides हैं they are color changing. Yes, that is true because transition metals we know transition metals color changes show कर सकते हैं. So C option is correct. And high melting point because of the CO delocalizer weakening the no. So the only for 27 C option is correct. For 28, which equation is correct? For 28, we have copper reacting with oxygen, copper oxide, magnesium sulfate, and hydrogen, sodium and sodium, no. Okay. For 28, the only correct option is B, in which magnesium is reacting with sulfuric acid and forming magnesium sulfate and hydrogen. That is the correct one. Metal X react with cold water to form a gas. Zinc displaces metal Y from solution of its salt, and the carbonate of metal Z is insoluble. Zinc is displacing the metal Y. The carbonate of metal Z is insoluble. Then, from the table given below, we have sodium is, yes, the B option is the correct one, because there we have sodium, and then the remaining two we have copper. Next one is, which statement about alloys is correct? Alloys are they are compound of two or more metals. They are mixture of metals with other non-metals, metals and non-metals. Yes, B option is the correct one, because it's a mixture of metals, and there might be other metals or non-metals are mixing. It doesn't affect, but it's just a combination to get all of the good properties.